Welcome everybody to another day of Sanctuary League. I'm Sikan doing the casting today with my dear friend Maybe. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty fine, or pretty well. I mean, it's a middle of the pack matchup, so it should be pretty interesting. At least
Yeah.
shouldn't
What?
be stumps from both sides.
Yeah, I've been looking at this matchup today. It looks quite even, in my opinion. How do you think the game will plan out today?
Mm, it should. I believe a lot of it depends on the draft, how the matchups play out, or like how well both teams can flex their respective champions and how they can, if they can pick good matchups. At least EPT I saw in their game, Epitome Infinity, or Epitome Crash, not Epitome Infinity. I saw play a lot of Mel and Wei, which
Yep.
they are able to flex through both mid lane and ADC. So maybe they could just first pick Mel if they get blue side, or I believe they have blue side in the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
No,
could
that's
probably flex first pick Wei or Mel in the first game, flex it to ADC or mid lane, depending on the matchup. See how it
yeah.
goes from there.
I'm really interested in the jungle matchup here we have today between Tel DK and KNG Just Sam 11. Um, just for me at least, looking at their op.ggs, it kind of looks like one has a certain style and the other one has a um, more tanky, but can also go into a bruiser jungler. What do you think about that matchup?
I mean, what is it again? Yeah, I mean, just Sam showed a lot of success when he went for the carry junglers, or like when he went for Lilia, when he went for Wukong in the first or in three of the games he played. In the one game where he picked Poppy, they kinda got stomped really hard. So I believe he should stick with the carry jungler, or stick with the junglers who are able to easily kill champions. Um, while DK, I believe it, yeah. Yeah, well, Tail DK is more of a jungler who, yeah, like you said, plays bruiser, plays champions that are able to go in. But it's
Yeah,
basically every single champion he has picked until now wants to kind of go in. He
yeah,
played Jarvan, he played Xin, he played Skarner, he played Nunu. All of these champions want to go in and brawl.
exactly. I mean, I'm more interested to see how Tel DK will answer up to Just Sam here, because I think for EPT or for QT's chances here, I think at least the jungle mid duo and what kind of comfort picks they can get will matter a lot. I feel like. Um, how do you see the mid laners pairing up with the junglers here? How do you see that matchup going?
Mm, mm, not sure. I'm not sure if the mid laners compare to each other, at least in the games they played. I believe it was. What was it again?
I mean, if you
I
look
believe
at
Oblaf is the mid laner from.
yeah, exactly. Oblaf the
Yeah.
King.
Oblaf the King is the mid laner from Epitome Crash, and Denraske Kamel. Keine Ahnung. I don't know how to pronounce it. I assume it's some Nordic name or language,
It
which I
looks
don't
kind of
speak.
Nordic.
Yeah.
No, but if you look at their matchup, I mean, at least champion pool wise, here in the mid lane, it looks like from
I mean,
QT's side, they really like um, scaling champions.
yeah, they played, at least in mid lane, they played Oriana Victor, which both are really good in late or in mid to late game team fights. And if they get kills early, they can or always kind of take over a game just
Yeah,
because of the pure damage they can dish out. While Uh, while Oblav the King played the Way, played Mel in the next game, played Mel again, and then he played the Syndra. So he also goes for like both of these mid laners play mages, but there's a small difference in the mages they play at least.
Yeah. Uh, Looks like draft will be ready here. What do you
Okay.
think? What do you think EPT should focus on here, draft-wise?
Um, I believe EPT should probably ban like either you can focus on the ADC because
Yeah,
Salil, the ADC from Quantum Infinity, is is kind of the main carry, I believe, in the game or in their team. They normally augment the carry ADC plays with Lulu support. So maybe you can also just take out the Lulu. If you don't want to ban 3 ADCs, you can take out the Lulu, so you have a bit of a worse, or like you have a bit of an easier time killing the enemy ADC.
yeah. I
But at
think.
least, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
even if the Lulu is banned, Daxon is it Daxon in this game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now. To check again. Um, yeah, should be Daxon, who's the
yeah,
ADC
exactly.
for Infinity. I mean, or not the ADC, the support for Infinity. Even if
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Lulu gets banned, he can still play other champions like the Nautilus. If
Well,
they
we
want
see
to
here
get
now.
spicy again,
Yeah,
if
I
they want
mean,
to get spicy again, they can go or like try to go into the Senna Swain again, which didn't work out in the one game they played. But maybe the enemy team was just too good.
yeah. On the other side, then, what do you think Quantum Infinity here should look at to get an upper hand here in the draft?
Um, should probably focus on taking out the flexibility on the enemy team. Like
Mm?
ban either Mel or ban both Mel and Wei if you don't have any intention of playing either one.
Yeah,
You can ban both of them. And maybe you also take out Lilia.
we see now that they chose to ban Talia, Swain, and Lulu, which looks to be kind of popular for the side of EPT here. If we look at their champions that they like to play the most.
Yeah. I mean look at if you look at solo queue, makes sense probably.
We see the Corki first pick here on blue side, and we answer it with Misfortune and Maokai.
MF Maokai. Okay. I believe EPT played MF Maokai. Yeah, okay, no, they didn't play MF Maokai, but they played both MF and Maokai.
Oh, okay.
So MF is, I mean, it's not taken away because the Corki was already picked up, and Corki can go to either mid lane and ADC.
Yeah,
So they just
exactly.
want to outrange the Corki and kill him
Well,
before he can hit.
yeah, but we see now that they pick Mel here, which kind of destroys the flex option. It could be Mel AD carry as well, of course.
I don't believe they will go for Mel
I
ADC in this game. They
Yeah, because
could maybe. I'm not sure
I haven't seen they
how
play it
Mel. I'm not sure how Mel works with the MF ulti. Do you just reflect all of it back?
though.
So
No,
basically, if you stand in front of it, you don't take like your team doesn't take damage, or
she doesn't take damage for the first like second, but then she takes the rest of the bullets. She
I mean, but
deflects a part of it.
but I believe like imagine if Mel or like if Mel gets to flash in front of the MF, press W it is, yeah. Press the W
Yeah,
and reflect like the first 1.5 seconds of the ult to get out of her own burst damage. I believe MF will just die.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, Leona
But
also picked up for um. Oh yeah. Oh, it seems like the team logos. No, were the team logos
is
switched?
it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was quite unsure at first.
Is
Maybe
it
it's.
EPT blue side or what is it EPT red side?
I believe if the logos are right, it's EPT red side here.
Okay, yeah, but okay,
Yeah,
so
so
Quantum
it's
Infinity is
EPT.
okay.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, then it makes believe. Yeah,
I
then
mean,
the MF pick makes more sense because
yeah,
EPT was a team that played MF, while Quantum Infinity was going for more carry specific champions.
yeah.
And also the
I, d-
bands make more sense for me.
I don't like the Mel pick though here. I think they should have waited with that pick. They should have answered up with a jungle pick here on blue side. So it's gonna be
Mm,
they've banned Aurora Huawei here and Camille Jax.
I mean, I believe for EPT, yeah, EPT is giving no EPT is playing Maokai jungle, not the carry.
Yeah, it could be
Ooh.
Maokai top, but I don't see it. I'm
I
quite
believe
sure
the
this
Mel
is a
pick was
Maokai
also
jungle.
just to deny the Mel pick for the enemy team because
Yeah,
EPT was playing it a lot. I mean,
yeah.
and it's
Midina has
kind of
19
decent into
games.
MF now, into MF Maokai. Olaf top lane, this was already picked up in their game 1, I believe.
How did that go?
They lost, but the Olaf went 8-4 and was pretty, at least even against the enemy Jace. So
Okay.
it probably depends on the matchup and how his team went. It was in the game against Invicta, who are,
And we see the Nunu pick
in
up
my
here.
opinion, one of the stronger teams. But yeah, Nunu was also already a pick for them. So both
Yeah,
Olaf and Nunu are not
I
something
mean,
new, but both of them can just kind of run in. And
yeah,
I don't believe EPT has the ability to really stop them. Not with Leona. Like, you can maybe body block the Nunu snowball just by using your Leona. But the Olaf, if he gets on the MF and the Oriana and is not behind or is in a kind of even or even ahead state, you can have a bit of a problem.
yeah, absolutely. So we see
And
now it's finalized at least with a Lilia pick
yeah,
from EPT side. What do you think about their draft here?
I mean, they have a clear idea of how they want to play. I kind of thought the Maokai was going jungle, but I got baited. It's a Maokai top lane, and
Same.
they picked up the Lilia. Picked up the Lilia, whose ult synergizes really well with the MF ult because the MF ult doesn't wake up your slept targets. So if you can basically sleep 4 people, not the Olaf, who can just Ragnarok out of it.
Yeah,
You can deal a lot of damage without them having or being able to do anything, except if you cleanse something, or if you can cleanse it. I mean, EPT has a team fight comp with high impact ultimates, while Quantum Infinity has more of a kind of skirmish heavy team fight comp with the Nunu probably looking to impact multiple lanes. So I believe Quantum Infinity could just look for 1-4 or like 1-3-1 or 1-3.
yeah. It feels like here that Quantum Infinity has chosen kind of a draft where they are happy to get run into in their minds. Um,
Yeah,
because the only engage they really have is Nunu, maybe a Braum Flash ult engage. But other from that, it's really more of a peel back comp, and then they have a Braum that can shield some damage, while Mel can just force out her spells and do tons of damage instead.
I mean the problem with Quantum Infinity's comp here against the Lilia is basically if the Corki isn't fed enough. Like if the Corki is not able to just force out the Lilia and she's able to run around the team, there's no one who can really stop her. Because
No, I
Braum
agree.
shouldn't like Braum it takes too long for his passive to proc if he can even manage to hit the Lilia multiple times or
Yeah,
once with his Q or his auto attack. The Mel E or the Mel route is probably too slow for the Lilia to get hit by. And also Nunu is too or like his CC is too short of a duration or it's
yeah.
too easy to deny.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see here how the game will be played out. Um, what's your predictions here for game one?
Mm, I mean, if the Olaf can get ahead, or like if the Olaf is able to get a lead in the side lane and just push top lane or push down in top lane, push down bot lane, it gets really hard for EPT to fight any objectives because EPT just wants to contest the objectives, 5, but Quantum Infinity just kind of wants to stall it and let Olaf get something in the side lane. But I believe if if we're looking for or if it I believe EPT's team comp is easier to execute because you just have your ultimates press one button and maybe win the game, while Quantum Infinity has to outplay on the macro side and on the trading side of the game.
Yeah,
So I believe EPT should be favored. I'm not sure about the level of the teams, like at
yeah.
least how they play League of Legends, but
I'm very new to this league. It's my first game casting here, so I haven't seen too much of the league. I've watched some games. I have, but I haven't watched too much. I don't know the exact level of gameplay. Um, but I think it can be a close match if as you said, if Olaf can get some kind of lead, and I also think Corky needs to find some kind of advantage here on bot lane. Because I feel like if Corky is behind, he will just be behind the whole game against these kind of comps. So I think,
if if Corky is behind, the game is kinda over, and if Olaf is behind, the game is kinda over for Quantum Infinity.
yeah,
So
no, I agree with that.
they have to really play well in the early game, get some kills into their pocket.
What would you say though, you, as a jungler yourself? How is this jungle matchup between Nunu and Lilia?
I mean, Nunu is able to gank. Like Nunu has an easy time ganking here, but he just doesn't want to face the Lilia at all.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to face the Lilia at all because just because of the mobility and the damage that Lilia can dish out and the healing she has, even at a low amount of items. So it's basically Nunu wants to gank and maybe track the Lilia so Lilia isn't there at the same time as he is, because he doesn't want to fight her.
yeah.
Not in an even state at least.
What do you think Lilia's winning point is then for taking over the game here against Nunu? Does she need to
Mm,
invade more, or does she just need to farm better?
I mean, Lilia should be able to hard out farm the Nunu if he does it well.
Yep.
So he could either look for invades on the Nunu, just take his camps and get ahead through that, or he can probably play through bot lane, especially after level 6, because of the Leona MF combo together with the Lilia ult. You can probably always, like, even if you don't get onto the Corki, you should be able to kill the Braum.
Yeah. No, I like that. What do you think if on this Maokai top lane pick? Because I'm kinda not sold on it. I haven't
You're a
seen
hater of
much.
Maokai top lane?
Yes, I am. That's me. Sick
Let me
on the.
tell you, if Maokai top lane gets to 2 items and you're not on free items, you're not able to kill him.
All right. All right. I'm gonna keep an eye on that for this game then. Because I think
At least
Maokai top is
if he goes right build. Like if he just goes Unending Despair, Fimbulwinter, even if
yeah.
Unending Despair got nerfed. Because like Maokai has his passive, which is, let's say at level 11, it's a 20-second cooldown. Heals him for 10% of his max HP when he auto attacks. And every ability that hits him, and every ability he casts, the cooldown gets reduced by 4 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So together with Unending Despair, which heals you every 5 seconds, and Fimbulwinter, which gives you, let's say, 300 damage shield, or not 300, 200 damage shield every 8 seconds, you have a lot of sustain to basically outsustain anyone who doesn't have enough damage to instantly burst you.
Yeah, I guess. But if you then look at Quantum Infinity's comp here, I feel like Corki is a really good burst champion. So I
Yeah.
think if you have and Mel of course. So I think if you have two champs like Corki and Mel here against a Maokai, and what Maokai wants to do here is basically just go in, right? Do you think that then EPT has to wait for his 2-item spike for them to be able to start fighting properly, or do you see them being able to fight before that as well?
I believe if you're in a man advantage, you can always fight it. Like EPT kind of wants to fight in the early game. They want to fight in a man advantage. Later, they probably have to fight in a 4v4 or 5v5 if Olaf decides to TP to any objectives that are not on their side of the map.
Yeah.
So at least in the early game, you can maybe get a few roams in, get a man advantage if he wants, or like if he's able to outpace his enemy top laner. But a bit later into the game, he probably always has to match the Olaf, just because the Olaf should be able to dive the Orianna if he's
Yeah.
not too behind.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this Corki how he will fare against this kind of comp, because I personally feel like Corki can be hard here, and he
Yeah,
definitely will need to find some kind of leverage against this MF Leona lane. Um, so we are in live to the first game.
bit grainy, at least on our screen.
A little bit rainy, yeah. We see Invade here. Can they find? Oh, he hits the Q, and we see a flash. 38 seconds in, first flash of the game. How will this impact the Lily, you think? Do you think it impacts her at all?
I believe it impacts her gank potential. It shouldn't impact her survivability, so she probably has to be careful when she gank. Or like she should not be able to get as much when she tries to gank
Yeah.
as if she had flash. But other than like her own offensive plays, it doesn't really impact. It shouldn't really impact her in the like in the not dying part.
Yeah. I think that's very, also looking at her positioning there. I think it's very dangerous to be that far up when
Yeah,
you're solo uh, holding vision. Basically, I think you should play way further back there so you're safe from
like
those kind of situations.
either you have to play further back, or both you and your mid laner have to play further up.
Exactly.
So
Let's see here. We have a Corky Brom, MF Leona. It should be quite an even lane the first levels here. I don't see much happening there. Corky should have the push here, it looks like. We see also that they have wasted both wards here in the middle bush. I do not like that. Because that means they have no vision now for bot lane, which it should be communicated here to Nunu. To set up for a potential gank coming 2-3 minutes here.
Yeah. I mean, it's with the push they have right now. They could hard shove this wave and then look to bounce the next wave that is coming in. So
Yeah.
that the Nunu is able to, like, because of Epitomy Crash not having any wards on the bot side, Nunu should be able to also wrap around, go through the top, go to the top side tri brush,
Yeah.
and come from behind with a snowball. I believe Lilia and Nunu are pretty even right now in the first clears.
Yeah, they're both.
Lilia should be a bit faster.
They're both clear from top side to bot side. But it looks
Both of
now
them not
that
having the fastest clear right now, but Lilia is faster and
exactly.
should be just able to secure the crab. Seems like because of the time it took for Nunu to get down here and the reset both bot lanes were taking.
Yeah.
There's a lane and it's a gank opportunity in mid lane, but
Yeah, gank here. We
Mel
see.
decided to W the Leona E, which is a really, really bad decision.
That you should not do, viewers of this stream. Never
Like
W
Leona
the
E is
Leona E.
something you don't W. Silas E is something you don't W. Amumu Q. And also probably Nautilus Q.
Yeah.
Those are like the 4 main abilities you never want to W. Even if you have to let them hit you and CC you.
And now we see Lilia going in here on Mel again.
Mel,
And
of
he
course, not
Ws
having
again.
flash.
And she
So
is dead. Wow. I mean, it's good from EPT's side here. They clearly know what they want to do. It looks like. Now they've punished Mel very good, I would say.
Yeah.
It should give Rihanna a good start here for this game 1.
I mean, they're kinda not like they're kinda giving up the ADC, who already has a 13 CS deficit compared to
Yeah.
40. It should be around 260, 300 gold, depending on like I always count with like 20 gold per CS. It's a bit. It
Yeah.
should be a bit more than that. Got off the cannons, but around 20 is like a good ballpoint. Leona
see
going
here
in.
Leona go in, and nothing more happens.
Other than a bit, yeah. Other
I
than a
mean,
bit of chunking.
that's the matchup in itself, right? Where when Leona ever goes in, they can basically not do anything because Brown will always just W onto Corki and put the shield up, and that's that basically. Nothing much happening here. We see EPT going for the first dragon of the game.
Yeah, if it's going for the first dragon, while Nunu is still on bot side and not able to to trade the first drag of the grubs. So EPT could even get both the dragon and the grubs if
Yeah.
you just rotate the Leon at the top side here.
Yeah, they should fast reset here, I think, or maybe just go directly. But I think they should reset here and then go grubs.
Seems like Lilia doesn't want to go grubs first, but just wants to clear again.
He
Of
might
only
do
having
just Grump and then instantly go grubs here. I don't know. We'll see how Leona pass
yeah.
here maybe.
I believe he wants to get level 60. Okay,
Oh, we
first
see
Nunu
Nunu.
gank from the lane.
He hits
Managed
the
to
ball,
curve the snowball.
and it's a kill for Mel. Perfectly executed here from the side of Quantum Infinity. And they get this kill back here for the Mel. Very nice, well played. I think they can also actually get grubs off this because Leona is pathing back bot lane.
Yeah.
Nice setup.
Be able to get grubs, even if Olaf doesn't have the first move because the wave is kinda on his side. He can always try to get it again, or like get the lane pressure again to move if EPT decides to contest. But seems like did Ori have TP? Because it's only on half, like on half the cooldown.
I do not think she had TP. I think she walked back to
Olaf
lane here.
going in a bit.
Yeah, we see here Olaf
Gasping.
putting
Okay,
pressure, and
he messed up.
he messed up. Nothing will happen here. Nothing to see. While we see Braum here going a little bit aggressive, putting pressure. And the grubs are secured for Quantum Infinity here. It's going to be interesting to
Does
see
Quantum
here.
Infinity want to go for the dive?
I think they
Nuna's
could
going
do.
with Snow on top side.
Exactly, Nuno is topside here, diving the Maokai. Will he survive here? He finds a
Maokai should
good
survive
ultimate.
this.
Olaf is going to die. Wow. That's a misplay, I would say, from the side of Quantum Infinity.
I mean,
Well,
without the Olaf ult, the Maokai can just see the Olaf and
exactly.
deny you any possibility of the dive. Together with the face rush, kind of safe.
At least Nuno can force a flash here after for the Maokai, which can get him vulnerable later on, but I think this is at least the winning point here for Quantum Infinity, that their Corki is having quite a lead here on the MF.
Lee on bot side. Corki has
Lily has
cleanse, but
flash.
kinda has
And
to,
he
okay.
finds the sleep. No, cleanse it away.
Only on Braum.
And yeah, and they look like they can find the kill back. Wow.
Seems
Well
like
played
MF
from...
didn't want to just solo ult the Braum.
Yeah, I can understand, because I think she thought that they didn't kill that Braum right there, and she doesn't want to waste the ulti, I guess.
I mean, you can just ult the Braum to fully force them to base.
Absolutely,
Because if your
yeah.
Braum and your Corki are both on 300 HP, you are not allowed to stay in the lane anymore. Nuno's also going on bot side. Maybe he's able to get something? No.
No. I think
Seems
very
like
well
there
played
was
there from Corki Braum, at least, that they saw the opportunity to actually turn it around and get a kill on the Corki. Because I think right now Corki is in an excellent position here to actually being able to snowball. I think now they need to realize that they should play for bot side here on the Quantum Infinity style. While we see Olaf pulling out the R again, but nothing happens.
I mean, it's the second time he ulted too late.
Yeah,
He ulted after the Q hit him and he was already knocked back.
exactly.
Together with the
And we see
Swifties
Lilia
from
here.
Maokai, with no boots on Olaf. Like there's no way he can run him down right now.
Nope. And we see here Oriana Or into a Mel force back. Wow. We see Lilia trading Noon and Brom here as well. Will they find a stun here? And it's a kill here for the Brom. He picks it up. Well played. Good rotation here, I would say. They reacted very well.
I mean, it's good. Like they managed to see that Nunu Braum were able to kill the Leona.
Yeah.
Who didn't have ult. To maybe see any targets where both Nunu and Braum had ult. So it's a good trade. Together with the nice reaction by Mel to just flash in and obliterate the
Work
Orianna in mid
is
lane.
putting on pressure here. You can see now he's so much stronger than MF right now.
Yeah. Corki is almost on his Trinity.
And we see bot lane though. And Olaf is going here again, but nothing happens. All good.
This time he managed to ult at the right time, but just because he doesn't have boots and Maokai has Swifties plus face rush, like there's no way he can catch up to him.
It looked like quite a while there that they wanted to fight Dragon, but it looks like EPT has realized that they cannot do it right now. Lilia did a reset here. But I think right now Quantum Infinity should look to set up Vision here for Dragon and maybe contest it, because I think right now they are stronger. And
Seems
they
like
know,
EPT wants to play for the grubs.
yeah, it kind of looks like that. And we are gonna see that Quantum Infinity will pick up the second dragon of the game here. They have taken over the early stages of mid game here. It's gonna be really interesting to see how they evolve this. Well, we'll see Nuna here incoming with the snowball, but
Okay.
it looks like they will give it. Yeah,
Seems like yeah, they don't want to contest with the Oriana. Okay.
but Nuna
Our three
goes in.
grubs went in.
Big shockwave find, but nothing more happens and Maokai will die.
Marco was too low HP at the beginning, or
Yeah.
like at the beginning of the fight to be able to survive this. And also he
At
doesn't even
least,
have one completed item. But
yeah. I mean, we see. I think Olaf is very happy right now. He gets to shove in 2 waves here that Maokai will miss. Meanwhile, we see that Corki has picked up the Trinity Force, and on the other side, MF has picked up the Bloodthirster, so they're both at least one full item here. But I still see a big advantage to the Corki damage-wise for now.
yeah. The top lane gold 400 for Olaf, in jungle 500 for the Lilia.
That's almost 1,000
700
gold
for the
bots.
Mel in mid lane. Yeah, with 3 kills he got.
Yeah. The Mel has played very well to come back into this game after a bad start
First
she had.
left, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here we can see.
MF is not allowed to step up here.
Nope. I think MF is dead here. Yeah.
Just full int.
Wow.
He was
What
just inting by walking there.
Yeah, that was not smart by the misfortune here. Well played by Quantum Infinity to see that MF should not be up there. They reacted instantly, and I think this is what we were looking for. That to see
I
this
mean, he
Corki.
basically he face checked the Braum.
Yeah, and that happens when you face check a Brom and a strong Corki. And now Lilia cannot play for bot side at all. She needs to find something mid here. We see her interacting here with Nunu. Hiding over vision.
I mean, we can't see who got who got the first 3 kills, but I assume it was not a Quantum Infinity. It was an Epitomy Crash because Quantum
Yes, it
Infinity
was.
got the first Drake just now.
Yes, it was EPT that got
Yeah.
the first 3 kills.
Yeah. And with both teams being on 2 objectives, objectives each, seems like I believe we okay. Yeah, Herald should spawn in the next minute.
Yeah.
Can't see, but you can see the timer, which is maybe still bugged on the current patch. I'm not sure if they already fixed it.
I'm not
But
sure
it
either, actually.
should be fixed if it
It should
spawns
be.
right now. Yeah, it's fixed.
Yeah.
But seems like Quantum Infinity is going to play for the Herald, and it looks like they're going to get it because Epitome Crash doesn't want to fight anything
Yeah.
there. They just want to invade.
I mean, they can't fight her. That's the problem. Because if they walk in and try to fight, I think they're dead.
Yeah.
They need to give up this objective while they're looking at bot side here for something. We see
Olaf's
Olaf going in. But he cannot continue because he is totally alone.
Okay, ults are getting missed.
They will not find anything. Now Nunu's time to shine. Well, he flashes out again. A lot of back and forth here. Nothing really happening. Racing summoners, I guess. Sleep on Lilia. Self-sleep here. And we see a kill on Lilia, while Leona should be dead here as well. And we see MF going down as well. What a weird fight, I must say. I did not see that coming.
Olaf who has just went in at first to on the Oriana to force a flash, was able to get out because Lilia was not able to ult him.
Yeah.
just because of the CC immunity. Then MF thought that Olaf was going further in, and I believe she did 0 damage with her ult, which is hard to do.
I mean, it all started like the death started piling up when Lilia tried to sleep Mel and Mel W'd it back. That must be what happened, right?
Yeah,
And
it
then
was a
after
really
that,
good play
thumbs
from
down. Yeah, I like that very much from Mel. Good reaction time to see that.
I'm not sure if you have to press the W before the Lilia casts, or just like before the projectiles hit, or if you're able to press W after the projectile hits, but
Yeah, I'm not quite sure
before
either.
you get fully slapped. I believe it should be before the projectile hits you.
Yeah, exactly. And now we see Quantum Infinity picking up the further dragon of the game, second for them. I think they are snowballing really hard right now. I think this is what they wanted and what they needed for to be able to win this game. And we see here Nunu finding the snowball and Braun following up with Corki probably finishing. No, Nunu finishes it off. And we see Mel on top getting caught here by Leona. Bounces back the ball. Leona flash. Lilia
Was the
flash.
slow from the Lilia E, or from the reflected Lilia E, Lilia was not able to get onto the
Yes,
Mel
exactly.
to
Again, a
hit any
very
ability and leap him.
yeah, a very well W once again from Mel here.
Yeah.
I do not think she should still be here. Maybe she can find. No, she dies.
Relief he just didn't expect the Archangels, but Nunu should be
Yeah,
able to get kill onto the Oriana. Yeah. She
yeah,
didn't expect the Archangels and thought her ult would kill.
yeah. But we see Corki here finding a pick on Leona out of nowhere. Can they find Lilia here? Yes, they can, and she will probably die here. I don't see her escaping this as well. So another pickup for the Corki, and he is unstoppable.
And it seems like with a 7.5k gold lead and like a comfortable lead in or yeah, they have a comfortable lead in all lanes, especially in bot lane where they have a 3k bot lane, 3k gold lead.
Yeah. I mean, this Corki is just way too strong now.
Yeah.
I,
There's
I
2
don't
items to the 1 item of an MF.
exactly, and I don't see. It's going to be very hard for EPT to find a comeback in this game. They just don't
Yeah.
seem to have the damage anymore.
Maybe if you manage to hit an Oriana ulti onto the Corki and just pile up a lot of CC onto him, maybe you can kill him. But Corki still has Cleanse, Flash, and his W,
Yeah,
so even
yeah,
that can be difficult. So you first probably have to force out the Cleanse and Flash, or Cleanse or Flash. Maybe with a Lilia ultimate.
yeah. We see here they're trying to pick something up on the Maokai, but can't find anything. We see they're not really. Okay, Maokai ult will die here. Yeah, that was expected. I don't really see why Maokai should be there when it's obvious that his team doesn't feel like they can protect this tier 2 at all. Or they were
Thought
just too late.
he was able to, like, if
If,
he thought he was able to wave clear it. He was able to
yeah,
wave clear it, but he just got chain CC'd after
yeah, and it
with
doesn't
the
really
Mel
do
E,
anything.
Braum passive stun, and his own ultimate.
Exactly. They should look to reset here, and I think within 2 minutes here, they should look to do the Atakan. If they're really smart here and think about it, they should try and do Atakan combined with when Baron starts to spawn, because then it
I mean
should be a
EPT. Or
no Quantum Infinity here.
Quantum Infinity.
Yeah, they should time taking the Atakan with Baron spawn timer, so maybe like 1 minute before Baron spawns, they should look to
Yeah.
find the Atakan, because then it should be a free Baron as well. Because then they actually wanna just fight hardcore and they don't really care
Is it
what happens.
is it the resurrection Atakan?
Yes,
Or
it
is
is.
it, okay.
It's a resurrection.
I mean, how would EPT be able to even come back from this? Like you basically have to hit a miracle, get a miracle team fight with a 5-man Lilia ult into 5-man Oriana ult, 5-man MF ult to
Yeah.
maybe get the full damage.
We see here
Catch
though,
on Mel would be a good start. No
that
W
will
on
be a good
Mel,
start.
so she should
Yeah.
be dead. And you
Good
can
find. We see
probably
Olaf coming in here. Ghost
maybe kill it Olaf
ulti.
here.
They have no damage for Olaf, and he just goes in. Corki follows up. They will find the Maokai.
Olaf should die here still.
Yes, Olaf
Okay,
could
he
die,
manages
but
to heal.
he heals a lot. And we
Corki
see,
is... Okay, no flash cleanse on Corki.
yeah, and
Manages to
Leona
survive.
should be dead here.
Leia go in.
Or not. Leona survives. Wow. Okay.
Okay, yeah, with the sleep timing on Lilia, Nunu didn't have enough damage to kill Leona, but Lilia should be
will
able
see.
to... Oh no, he's not able to run down the Nunu because he just presses
Presses
ultimate
R.
and Lilia doesn't... has no... or is not able to run in
Yeah.
anymore.
And we will see Soul Point Dragon being picked up here by Quantum Infinity. I mean, if looking at the big perspective thing, I think that's a good fight for EPT.
Yeah.
They didn't lose too much, and they got at least, what was it, 2 kills
They
here?
lost their Maokai and got 2 kills. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
There was a small shutdown on Olaf. I'm not sure. Don't believe there was a shutdown on Mel. Because Mel already
It
died so
was a
many
shutdown.
times.
No, it was a
Yeah,
shutdown, I think. Yeah, it was 450 gold to the side of Oriana. So at least something, but they got 2 shutdowns at least. And they can maybe stall a bit here more. We see
second
Nunu just
items
fighting.
are also slowly coming in from the side of EPT, while
Yeah,
Quantum Infinity are all almost
third item.
yeah, all of them are working on the third item.
Yeah. We see Mellow 3 items, and we see, I think Corki soon will be on 3 items as well.
Attackers start by Quantum Infinity.
Yeah, I like this.
No
from
one
them.
from Epitomy Crash or EPT is in the area to even contest it.
Nope.
And they also don't have the vision. So I just decide to Lily decides to farm. The jungle mid lane, jungle support to decide to go to mid lane, but they wanna wait a bit. Maybe they could have. They probably would not have been able to take mid lane turret.
They
with
are
the
looking
HP
though
it
here
has.
with the Olaf flank coming in, and they will find Oriana in the middle of mid lane here, and she
No
should
flash
go
on
down here.
Oriana.
Yeah, she's dead. And they found
So
Leona as well. So
yeah.
free Baron.
So both or like all four, four people on Epitome Crash not having flash
Yeah.
was punished well by Quantum Infinity here. Managed to collapse on them just with the Rom Flash ultimate and the Nunu Snowball. And they convert the Atakan and the play mid lane into Baron. They should reset after this because with the time they spent on the map they have a lot of gold, and Mel just steals the blue buff from Lilia, who didn't
Yeah.
have smite.
It should be a game over here very soon. They can just
Nunu is
Nunu going in.
alone in mid lane.
What is Nunu doing? I mean, he has resurrection.
Yeah, but it's still 200 gold and
Yeah.
15 seconds in base right now. So they basically gifted the enemy team 200 gold. And did Lilia or Oriana get the kill?
I don't know actually. I didn't see who got last hit there. At least they bought some time here now for themselves. They can clear some vision here. Maybe look to. Shouldn't walk this far up though, Leona. She can safely back off.
Yeah. With the vision. Okay, Leona. This is too far.
Yeah,
Leona
should be
is
dead
probably dead here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another misstep here from EPT's side. I mean, we've seen a lot of missteps, in my opinion, from their
Yeah.
side here today.
Just not respecting how well their own champions can escape.
Yeah,
Especially against the Braum, against the Fett. like a fat Olaf, fat Corky, just stepping up a lot of times and just running into their own death.
I do not like what I see here, though. I mean, they can just end there, no? Or they just not.
Mel is really low, has
Yeah,
to flash.
force the flash. I was quite sure that they would
Oriana,
just end there with their resurrection, but maybe that just went
no,
away.
the resurrection just timed out.
Yeah.
That's also the
They
reason
can look to
why
see
Mel had
spot
to
there.
flash.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Soul spawning in 50 seconds for the side of Quantum Infinity. They could decide to
Yeah.
go for it, but they decided to just go in bot lane.
Yeah, they're gonna
Kill
kill
the
the Maokai again.
huge ult,
Oh,
huge
wow,
Leona
what a
ult, but
huge.
NF doesn't have ult to punish it anymore. So,
It looks like a
flash
team fight
away.
here, though. Yeah, they can't find anything because they don't have the damage, basically. And we see is Olaf now running down them all. He will go down, but they get the shot. Oh, yeah, they got the shut down. I'm
Yeah.
happy for EPT. They get something, but we
I
will
mean, the
see
game
the
is
end here.
probably over here. With
Yeah, we will see
20
it.
seconds on the next member, which is Maokai.
Quantum Infinity Esports picking up here the first win of this series. Well played
Pretty
from them.
dominating win.
Yeah, I think they played
Pretty
very well.
dominating win. So
Um,
EPT managed to get a few good catches um on the Mel in the early game,
yeah,
but then after that they basically did nothing and just overstepped got caught, and after that it just snowballed into a huge lead against a team where you don't want to be behind.
exactly. I think definitely Quantum they saw what they could do with mid game. I felt like they definitely saw their winning potential, and they did what they should do, which is get the Corki ahead. Because when the Corki started being far ahead of the Misfortune, they couldn't fight on bot side at all. And Olaf was always secure in top lane. He was never in a threat to get dove or lose against the Maokai in a straight up 1v1. So
I mean,
very well.
in this game, so I give the ADC for EPT. I believe it was kind of a weak point or like a huge weak point, because I mean, he did get left alone, but he also walked up and died in spots where he shouldn't have walked up and died,
Yeah, for sure.
and used ult on a half a wave and also again in spots where you don't want to use ult or just wasted it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to win the next game, he should probably step it up, or you could maybe try to play for him a bit more so he can have the tools to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think they should definitely look at playing more to their comps on the side of EPT. They had a good comp, they just didn't execute it well in this game. But with that being said, we will take a short break here while we wait for game 2. We will be right back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to the second game of Quantum Infinity against EPT. The first the first game was kind of stumped by Quantum Infinity, who managed to make the draft work really well. They got a lead early. They managed to find the fights they wanted, and like the only member who was really caught in any way was the mid laner, who got who lost his flash early on the gank and died 2 times to it. But Epitomy Crash was not able to um, like accelerate the really, really early lead, which they
Yeah,
and just got ran over basically. I mean, with what we saw in the first game, I think Quantum Infinity is also favored in the second game. Like pretty
yes,
favored.
for sure, for sure. I think they have confidence now, and sure, confidence can be dangerous as well. It can
Yeah.
make you play worse actually, but if they just draft the same, play the same, it should be a 2-0 here, I think.
I mean, um, at
This
least
is
like the
kind of
level
similar
on top
bands.
of the level on top. Yeah, don't believe we've seen a different ban. I mean, Epitome was no Quantum Infinity lost their first ban, right? Like at least yeah, Quantum Infinity lost one of the bans because
Yeah,
they managed to lock in their roster 14 minutes too late or something.
that's
I
very
mean, it was
unlucky.
a really close time. Wukong first pick,
I
yeah.
like this.
Wukong, it's the second jungler they've seen. Or they've seen from um, I hate names from Just Sam. Well, not the second, the second carry jungler team from Just
Yeah.
Sam that managed to work out in the past games. Looking to bring Zach answer. I mean, I don't
Okay.
see Zach very often, but you have huge engage potential, especially
Yeah.
if you pair it with a Kaiser, a really long range engage.
Yeah.
So you just dive into the backline. Question is, what do EPT pick here for their
They
backline, or if they even want to have a backline?
I mean, if they've already kind of shown that they have some kind of plan with the Wukong, I think what they should do here is pick a strong bot side, something that can punish Kai'Sa early, because Kai'Sa is really, really weak early uh, compared to other ADCs right now. And then if they can just punish that, that can be their winning condition here against what seems to be like a long range engage from the side of Quantum Infinity here.
Yeah, probably getting picked up from EPT, a good counter engage into both Zac, well, a good not counter engage, good engage denial into the Zac and the Kaiser, because
Yeah,
probably W can block the Zac E and the Kaiser ultimate, which can be really huge if you time it well.
yeah,
Nautilus also getting picked up with the Kaiser. Nautilus Kaiser always a really strong lane just because um, the Nautilus, like the Kaiser passive gets procced by any CC abilities that your allies apply to the enemy,
yeah,
and Nautilus has 3 abilities that can hard CC enemies, so you're able to deal a lot of damage
yeah,
with this
exactly.
combo if you manage to hook someone. Xayah also getting picked up first from Epitomy Crash. Xayah, classic counter engage ADC. You have the ultimate, which makes you untargetable and basically deny the Zac E engage and the
Yeah,
Kaiser and the
exactly.
first Kaiser follow up.
Yeah,
The
I like the answer.
Poppy can get uh, flexed into top lane or support. Yeah, top lane or support.
Yeah,
Depends if you want to go for like a don't really know how the bot lane matchup would play out with Poppy Xayah into Kaiser Nautilus. I'm not sure if it's good or like really good. I mean, you could probably play it. It should be fine to play it.
I don't know how Nautilus is into Poppy. Uh,
I believe Poppy can just deny the Nautilus engage too, so there
Yeah,
shouldn't really be much happening. At least,
exactly.
at least Quantum Infinity shouldn't be able to make a lot happen.
I think it's more like if they wanna make sure the the Saya has a good early here, then maybe Poppy goes bot side. And if not, if they wanna put the Poppy on top here, if they see a reason for it. I don't believe they wanna do that against a Garen though.
I mean, two topside bans from EPT here. The Camille, which I can see, but the Cannon, I believe it wasn't the current top laner who played the Cannon on the Quantum Infinity side. I believe it was a substitute of theirs. And also don't see it in his match history.
No, what I've seen him play though is Garen a lot,
Yeah.
which maybe should be in a ban instead of Kennen, because I
I
don't
mean,
see
I
him playing
believe
Kennen
Cannon
there.
is a misban. I believe they just
Yeah, I think so
they
too.
swapped the two top laners because both the top laners have the Infinity tag in front of the names.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So maybe they just didn't look closely enough.
that could be
Wade
it.
Syndra banned from the side of Quantum Infinity. Both are champions that were picked by EPT in their past games. But
Mordekaiser.
Aurora and Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser against Garen?
Don't know about that matchup. I'm not a top laner, so I can't speak too much. But
Mm,
maybe it goes to
I
the side
don't
of
believe it's
Garen.
the best matchup. I believe it's still kinda a bit
We will
Garen
see.
favored, but I'm sure. Maybe
See
you
a
should
counter
just
pick
pick
here. Galio.
Galio.
Okay.
Yeah, to get out of the dive. It's really good.
Yeah, I
Zac
like this
jumps
pick.
in. Zac jumps in. Galio ult on top. Kaiser can jump in.
Yeah.
Because Galio ult should hit at least one person.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can hope at
just
least.
you hope. If you manage to not hard CC a single target with Zac E Galio ult combo, then you
Then you have
probably
played it wrong.
you have a problem.
Yeah. What do you think about the drafts though here? If you compare them.
Mm. I mean, Aurora kinda wants to go in with together with the Wukong. Mordekaiser, Poppy, Elia want to play back. So you already have split calls or have a split decision making by BT just by the picks they drafted, or like just by the champions they drafted. While Quantum Infinity just has like they as a team just want to go in. They fully want to go in, just want to kill the backline if it exists, and then decide what happens after. So
But
I
what
believe,
do you think? Yes, go on.
I mean, even with what we saw in the first game with Quantum Infinity being clearly or like being the stronger team. I mean, in this game, I believe they also have the better draft.
Yeah, I agree actually. I think they have a much clearer like vision of what they want to do than what EPT does.
Yeah, I mean, one of the easiest ways to increase your win rate as a team, like in in this coordinated team play, is just always do the same thing. If you're on the same
I agree.
page every game, like if every person knows that they have to do the same thing, then it's way easier to execute.
Yeah, for sure. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see though how the Mordekaiser what he will do in team fights because I feel like sure they have the Poppy there to kinda remove the sack in a way for the Saya, and Saya has her R of course. But I mean, what more protection do they have than that? Because Mordekaiser can
I
ult
believe
one person away, but
I
Wukong
believe
doesn't wanna.
Mordekaiser has to kind of ult the Garen. Poppy has to deny the Zac. Mordekaiser has to ult the Garen.
Yeah,
Maybe you can play it.
I mean,
I believe a lot of it depends on the ADC here, who didn't have the best showing in game one.
yeah, and I mean between the games here, I did have a look at the bot lane matchup between the AD carries, and I did see that the AD carry of Quantum here, Salil, he does have the upper hand, I would say, because he has been diamond for two seasons in a row. Whereas on the other side, we see that right now, at least, he's a platinum player. Um, I mean,
Yeah,
I think that does matter a bit. In more so in like understanding how you should position yourself in lane and also in team fights. I think that has a big impact on the games here actually.
yeah. I believe in this game, positioning and reaction time is really important for the ADC
Yes.
from EPT. If he manages to deny the engage, he can probably play it. Like he can probably play this really well, but he's like he's not allowed to get hit by any CC.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Saya needs
But
to play it kinda close to perfect, but not
yeah,
perfect maybe. Um, but it's gonna be interesting to see how at least the first fight will play out, because I think that will give you a big hint to how the future fights will go.
yeah. I mean, if it was if you have really good coordination between the Zaya and the Poppy, you can basically deny any engage and just run in together with your Aurora Wukong.
Yeah,
So you should be able to, like, if you execute it really well, you should be able to do a lot. A bad thing would be if Zac jumps in, Poppy blocks it with a W, and Zaya still ults,
yeah,
because you basically waste your ult to dodge nothing.
exactly. Yeah, I mean that's what we were saying. Like Saya needs to react with her ulti very well, um, and not just like panic ulti as soon as she sees Zac flying in. Because they picked Saya here obviously because it's a Kai'Sa Zac, right? Zac wants to go into the backline with Kai'Sa just flying in behind, with Galio just pressing R on either of them. And then you have a Garen just coming, spinning his sword. So I think Saya needs to really be. She needs to respect what Quantum Infinity can do here. Uh, that's that's what she needs to have in mind for this game.
Really. I mean, the best way for EPT to play this would be like really forward. Like if Quantum Infinity decides to engage, you basically have to run into them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you basically switch sides in any engage, and you have a Nautilus on one side and the rest of the team on the other.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think EPT here, they should not be afraid also to press the engage button. Um, I can definitely see them like Wukong just going in with Aurora following up and
Yeah.
Mordekaiser just removing someone from the team fight. That can work as well. It doesn't just have to be that Quantum finds the engage every fight. It can also be that EPT presses the engage button here.
Question is, does Kaiser go Zonias in this game?
Uh, I believe
Or
she
do you
does.
just
It depends in the way of like how what the game state is in.
yeah.
If Kaisa can are in the back line and actually just do a lot of damage and use her E as an escape tool, um, and be alive from it, then she can obviously just go Rabadon fourth item. Um, but if she feels like she can R in, do maybe kill one fast, but then she can't do anything, then I think then Sonya is a good option because then she buys a lot of time for the rest of the team. So it kind of depends on how strong she is, also how strong the enemy team is. So it's kind of a 50-50 situation of how she want to play it out.
Yeah. Hmm. So I believe mid lane matchup is at least in 1v1 should be Galio favored, but I hear champion spawning in game. So and a lot of pings.
Should be
Sounding
going
like
into the game.
a lot of invade pings.
And there we are. Game 2, everybody. I'm actually
Four
hyped to
people.
see this matchup here. I think it's two fun drafts, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, this could be a really good game. At least draft-wise, it could be a really good game. I mean, it still all depends on execution. We see EPT 5 stacking here, expecting the invade with the Galio, with the Zac, with the Nautilus, but the side of Quantum Infinity didn't want to invade, just decided to 5 stack, or not 5, yeah, 5-man cover every normal entrance into their own side of the map.
Yeah. We see here
Wukong
also that,
already based, took a
yeah,
sweeper here.
exactly. And he will start bot side pathing top. Meanwhile, Zac is starting top side. So it's an opposite jungle track here, which I kind of like from the Zac starting top side here.
Yeah,
They clearly want to punish this Saya before she hits level 6.
I believe Wukong could still have walked bot lane. I believe you in 3-3 early. Not if you get hooked. I mean, if you had managed to, or if you managed to get a man advantage in a fight on bot side for the side of EPT, you can probably go for kills, but
Yeah. And we see the hook here.
will Kaiser Flash? No.
No.
Good trade for Mordekaiser. Of course, Garen has his passive and can slowly heal it back up. As long as he doesn't get hit too much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup where I don't really see a clear winner. This though in the middle here, we see Zac going in.
On a ward, but Ganyu
It
just
looks really,
taking a lot of damage by using
yeah.
his E offensively in a situation where there's no way to kill the enemy mid lane.
It also looks like Aurora outranges, of course, Galio a lot, and that
Yeah,
Galio needs to be really mindful of how he uses his E here in this matchup, I think.
yeah, Galio probably has to use the E after the W.
Oh,
Okay.
First blood.
Zaya getting hooked and Poppy trying to save his ADC steps up too far. Even if Nautilus misflashes and is not able to get in range for an auto attack to root the Poppy, Kaiser's flash manages to finish the job. Almost hitting the Zaya with the hook here. They
Yeah.
managed to push in the wave. And Gallius getting bullied. Just fully getting bullied. Garen using Ignite to go in on the top side. But I believe he doesn't have the damage and he just
Oh,
dies.
well played from Mordekaiser there. Realizing
Yeah.
he can definitely kill this Garen overstepping.
Garen used his full combo. Mordekaiser still had a shield. And there wasn't a wave coming together with the turret. So Garen was not able to go in any further. And just overstepping.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the last game, of course, it was a Maokai Olaf matchup. I believe, like the Caspian was one of the better performing players on that team, on
Yeah.
his team. And it seems like he picked this count, or like he picked this matchup with a reason.
Yeah, it looks like Gavin can't really do much against this Mordekaiser. And this Nautilus is really aggressive. He tries to find
he's always
Q
looking for
almost
hooks.
on timer.
Always. Drake already spawned 15 seconds ago. Of course, with Quantum Affinity having pushed this in, I could have gone for this if the Zac was on the side of the map, but
Yeah.
it looks like Zac is maybe just clearing bots. No, he's not clearing bot side. He cleared chickens, trucks, and could look for a gank on the top side before Mordekaiser hits level 6 to maybe alleviate the pressure on the Garen. Jumping in the top side and also a fight in bot lane. Mordekaiser hit 6, ults the Garen. Garen is
Ooh.
too low. Get out of the Q hit.
Well played for
Just
Mordekaiser.
dies. Yeah. I mean, it was also probably just, or probably unfortunate timing or like bad timing to
Yeah.
side the gank just on the wave where Mordekaiser hits level 6. So they were probably not like keeping track of his XP. Wukong managing to zone away the Zac while bot lane is fighting it. Poppy dies. Xayah flashes and gets the trade kill on the Kaiser, which is not a which was not a shutdown. Notice hooks back in, but Xayah still has barrier and pull back to finish the job.
Kind of a bait there from Xayah, I think, to let Nautilus hook in.
I mean, without the barrier, Xayah was dead, but Xayah still had barrier.
Yes.
Because they were fully engaging on the... Okay, ult used the mid lane, but I believe, yeah, he's safe under his own turret. Like, okay.
Oh.
Manages to cancel recall once again. But Galio has TP, so he shouldn't lose too much. Probably loses 2-3. No, probably loses the full wave, because he... Okay, he decides to TP right now. And it's looking like Quantum Infinity wants to contest the Drake. With 4 people being on the side of the map, Lilia not having ultimate, Poppy still being level 4.
The only dangerous thing here is that Wukong is level 6, while Zac is still level 5. But it looks like they're not contesting.
Seems like Garen decided to go for decides to go for proxy farming, just because he can't win the matchup alone.
Yep.
And together with the phase rush, he's safe enough to run away from the Mordekaiser. At least if the Mordekaiser doesn't have his ult his ult available. So seems like a good decision to maybe get back in this lane. Just even trade the mid lane right now.
Nice little side step from Galio there.
Yeah. I mean, the range advantage is really apparent in mid lane.
Yeah, for sure. And I think right now, both teams are kind of like happy with the game state. Xayah has gotten a lead here from that double kill in bot lane, which was very unfortunate.
Xayah's lead against Xayah's lead? No, actually, it's basically just even. Oh, hook on Xayah, but no engage. No, not any further engage. Zac messed up. You don't need to cast the E. Just hold it.
That was a bit unlucky.
Just
maybe.
hold the E.
No, but I think... Ooh, yeah, nothing's gonna happen here for sure. It's very bad trades from Galio here in mid lane. He should realize he can never outtrade this Aurora. Even if
Galio doesn't manage to hit his E. Good
Nice
flash.
flash.
Managed to survive it. Zac is looking to go on Aurora, but with the invisibility W, Aurora just managed to jump out. We see a 10 CS lead in mid lane, a 15 CS lead in top lane, 10 CS lead in 80 on the ADC position. And again a hook on from the Nautilus. Manages to only hit minions, but follow-up
I
was
think,
not enough and is
yeah.
alive on the Poppy. And Poppy should just die here now.
No, Saya
Kai'Sa
has no
doesn't have
mana.
mana to... Yeah,
Sorry,
Kai'Sa
yeah,
doesn't have
Kaisa.
any mana to follow up.
I like this aggressivity though from Nautilus. He should always look for this because
Yeah.
they should straight up win the 2v2.
If Poppy used her W like as he was getting hit by a W, or like by the Nautilus Q, it would have been fine.
Yeah. What I'm seeing now though is that Wukong is building
Standard Sky.
Standard Sky, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a jungler. Maybe you have another opinion, but when I see a Wukong here who's ahead of this Zac, XP wise and farm wise, I just think Trinity is so much better for the bursts
I
and
mean,
also the damage, no?
Trinity is good if you just have targets to kill. With the like you have the enemy team or like Epitome has basically one target they want to kill, and which is Kai'Sa.
Yeah,
But I believe together with the Aurora, you don't need the Trinity. You don't really need the Trinity to kill the Kai'Sa. You basically need just need the Wukong CC to kill the Kai'Sa. So you don't need Trinity in this state of the game. And
okay.
Sunlight Sky just gives you so much tankiness, just because of the healing you get,
Yeah,
and together with your passive, which also heals you and gives you more armor.
I will
So
take you for your word. You're the jungler
it's a
in this
it's a
conversation.
fine it's a fine pickup. Like
Yeah,
it's okay to build Sunlight Sky here,
okay.
especially with the top side, which is really tanky. Like basically 3 frontline champions, 2 of which don't have the damage to kill you because they're going Barmies.
Yeah. I mean,
And
it's
then
definitely
Garen who can maybe ult you, but yeah.
yeah. But I think right now what we're seeing is that for at least for Quantum side, they need to focus on Kaisa just getting fed here, I think, because it's obvious that Aurora and both Mordekaiser are just so ahead. But we see here now Aurora finding the solo kill.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
manages to just use his passive, hit every ability, and even dodges, like I believe it could have been 2 tower shots just because of the void drops respawned.
Yeah. No, that was very well played from Aurora.
I mean, in my opinion, he didn't even need to flash, because the E missed, the Zac E missed,
Yeah,
and Zac also had no other target to pull back the Q with.
exactly.
So there's basically no way for him to CC you in any capacity. First, E by Galio that hits, and we see a huge chunk of damage in mid lane. Another hook on Xayah by Nautilus, forces out the ultimate. And no further follow-up after the Xayah used her ultimate, which is a good decision. Like, you traded 50% of the HP on Poppy, Xayah ultimate, and a good chunk of damage for basically nothing.
Yeah.
You only used a single hook. Now you're able to contest the Drake, get your second dragon of the game. Maybe give you the opportunity to go for the boot, to kinda equalize the gold in the game. I mean, and a 1.4k gold lead is basically nothing if you spread it over over 5 people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most likely the gold lead here is on top side, I would say. Combined with a little bit from mid lane.
Yeah, top side and mid lane. I
Yeah,
believe ADC should be Quantum Infinity favorite with
Yeah,
the 20 CS lead we have and the even kills, together with I believe 1 or 2 platings. But Aurora having already 1.5 items compared to, I mean it's looking a bit more even right now. Aurora probably didn't pay or like didn't have the last base.
yeah, exactly. I don't like Zac being topside here.
Yeah, there's no way you kill the Mordekaiser. Like
Exactly.
if you jump on
It's just waste
Mordekaiser,
of
he just
time.
ults one of you, kills you, and then the other one doesn't have enough damage to kill you
Yeah,
or to kill him. Like the Zac should fully play into the bot lane. Like,
yeah,
don't
exactly.
care about Mordekaiser, play into bot lane. Maybe you can play into the not Mel,
Aurora.
the Aurora. Like
Yeah, but
she's
then
a
then
target
Nautilus
you
needs to roam.
if you see her Aurora as a target you are able to kill. Garen should be dead here because after he gets out of the realm, Poppy can just E him into the wall. Jinx, the end. You're not. You have ult.
What?
Okay, Nautilus misplaying this.
That was that was a big misplay.
If you just use your Q
Uh,
in the duration while Xayah is knocked up, you can maybe not kill her, but at least force the flash and the barrier out, and also follow up after. But Xayah still
let's see.
having ult here, flash and barrier. Good
She
use of
will find a
her
kill.
abilities. Gets a trade. Gets a trade.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah,
it was
and they
well
get
played.
first tower top
Even if
lane.
she,
I mean, you could argue that she should not be there. Oh, she doesn't need to
yeah,
be there. But at least she gets a trade kill.
gets a trade
Um,
kill. CPT gets the first turrets and also
yep,
getting the boot. Garen
big misplay here from Poppy.
getting kill because Poppy decided to tank the turret and tank the Garen. Aurora not having no W. Oh, unlucky
Oh,
with the minion dying.
yeah, I saw what he wanted to do.
Mordecai is alone, has no ult, and together with the Galio shield or magic damage shield, there's
Should
no
kill
way
with Kaisa.
Kai'Sa dies.
Yeah, that's very, very good for the side of Quantum to Kaisa have that kill. That's a big
Yeah,
shutdown for her. This should
I mean
result in her having boots. Yes,
it's a
and now
it's a kill for Garen. Okay, it's 2 items on Kai'Sa.
yeah,
2 items
and
plus boots.
now Kaisa has full upgrade in both Q and E, which is very good for her.
Yeah,
Now she
Kai'Sa is
needs.
huge.
Yeah, Kaisa is really big right now. They should look. Now it's time to force for Quantum. I think they should force fights here. Um, Stack needs to
Mm,
look together with Kaisa and Nautilus. This
you
is a
could
fight
probably just
angle.
cross around to Drake. Yeah, you can take this. Xayah is just in a
Oh
position like Xayah is not allowed to match the Galio
no,
because he doesn't have the damage to kill the Galio with the base. Like it's good flash in,
this is
taunt on 3 people.
really nice.
The hook also hits on at the Wukong.
Another kill over to Kaisa. I mean, it looks like EPT has no idea how to play mid game. That's what I'm. That's
Yeah,
the feeling I'm getting from these two games, because they've
they
had
had a
two
good
good early games.
they had good early games, but then they just make one mistake after the other, and then
Yeah,
it just snowballs. Like they give Quantum Infinity a way to come back into the game, and Quantum Infinity takes it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have to give props to Quantum for, I guess, realizing that they can execute these problems from the side of EPT. Because now the Kaisa is just so much more stronger than Saya once again.
Yeah.
Um,
Late recall by the Zac and the Nautilus with Drake spawning right
yeah,
now, which could mean like I believe they didn't see the recall, so but it's still moving in.
but Kaisa's ultimate
Moving
is
up
back
into the
up.
yeah,
Zac will be up soon,
yeah.
but I
But
think this dragon will
it's
go over
just
to
Drake.
EPT. Yeah,
Yeah. do not contest this. Garen
Not
just
bad.
pushing for the top lane turret. Kai'Sa
Yeah.
maybe looking to invade and get a few camps. TP on the top lane turret by the Mordekaiser,
Yeah.
who is alone on the top side here, and Kai'Sa and
Presses are
Nautilus are
from.
moving into this.
Yeah. Garen just needs to survive here. Good dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very well played. Good rotations here from Quantum.
Yeah.
There's a risky
They
TP
were,
here, and once again, it's a mistake from the side of EPT where they don't
I mean,
really think.
if you see the Garen on top lane who does not have TP, you can probably use the TP by Mordekaiser earlier. Because if the tower is still standing there, Mordekaiser is
Yeah.
able to use the TP to have left the top lane turret and deny the Garen a lot of gold.
Yeah, we at least see an answer with bot lane tier 1 going down here. I mean, I think there should be a fight here, but we see Aurora TPing top after turret has gone down. Don't really like that.
I believe the next objective for Quantum Infinity should be the mid lane turret. This
Yeah.
should be the next objective for both teams to take down an enemy's mid lane turret, to open up the map and open up possible map rotations.
I mean, the next objective here is for sure gonna be the dragon or the Atakan, but I think the dragon will be the next objective fight, and what the teams are waiting for now. I think now it's all
I
about.
mean, it's still 3 minutes away until the dragon spawns, so it's
Yeah.
still a lot of time you're able to do stuff with, or like you're able to do stuff.
I guess more if now
Mm.
it's up to them to set up vision properly and maybe try and catch someone off guard. Looks like at least EPT here are looking to find something here in mid on Kai'Sa, or get tier 1, which they should not be allowed to have.
And I mean, they have the advantage. Oh, good engage on the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, well played from Poppy. And we see a fight here bot lane.
Believe Garen can fight
Looks
this? No, no. Not with the
it's
Q
very more
hitting.
the favored.
Yeah,
Yeah. Force of Flash and Garen as well.
I thought.
And more the Flash as well.
Okay, Nautilus also out of position. Good Poppy block on the on the Nautilus hook. And I mean, 2 kills. Of course, you gave up a lot in top lane. A lot of gold going over to the into the pocket of the Galio, and you decide to go for the Atakan, which does a lot of damage, and then it's kind of risky. But
Yeah.
Zack, having no vision, jumps in and
Yeah,
manages to stop.
so weird. Ultimate.
Do you take it over? I believe you take it over. Like you just take the Atakan here. Garen just phases after
Presses
and
are
ults the Mordekaiser.
a classic Garen moment right there. I mean, yeah, good good comeback from the small mistakes there from Quantum side, leading up to that Atakan. But they get Atakan, they get tier 3 tower on top side. They lose 2 towers in mid. Kinda even trade overall, but they get at least Atakan at the end.
If an enemy is pushing on the side lane, it's kinda not worth it to go for the Atakan.
Nope.
I mean, you could have got if Epitomy Crash had gotten the Atakan, they could have forced the Drake, which would be a second Cloud Drake for them, which kinda
Yeah.
does nothing. Or they could have just forced the Baron. But I believe they do not have the Baron damage to just do it easily. And
Yeah.
Quantum Infinity can contest them. And if you're stuck inside the Baron pit, hitting it, then it's an easy engage for a Zac, for Nautilus, which is really risky. Like even with the Atakan, you get wiped on the Baron, all of you die, and the enemy gets the Baron. So I believe the Atakan was not the right play.
Yeah, exactly. No, it definitely wasn't the right play. We see now Garen going here on Aurora. TP coming, Wukong here.
Garen dying here. Zack is not able to jump out because of the Poppy W,
Ooh.
but he runs a bit, but couldn't be enough. Yeah. Okay. Garen going into deep, thinking he can just one combo the Aurora, which would have been possible if Aurora didn't have flash and the backup from Wukong. But now he's too alone, and Zaya also got hooked. Had to use ult. Kaiser has ult. Use ult. Own ult.
Oh,
Good
Kai'Sa
flash from
goes in.
Galio. Counting 3 people here. I believe if Quantum Infinity wipes EPT here, I'm not sure if it's game, but they should at least be able to get a burn, and they are also
Yep.
pinging it already. Looking to further the small lead, or like to increase the small lead they gained in the last few fights.
Yeah, well executed there from Quantum. They realized that they can continue the fight even with Zac down and Garen.
I mean, Obla of the King just didn't realize where the enemy team was and basically
Yeah.
ran into them.
Yeah.
So just killed himself. And after the aura is down, you do not have like the damage to punish the Kaiser, who is able to do anything she wants, especially
Exactly.
with Zarya losing ulti to a Nautilus hook.
I mean, now it's just more find the reset timers here. They are wasting a bit off the Baron, I would say, but you group up now, get the tier 2s, get maybe an inhib top if they can. They should. Do you think here that someone should be top lane here for Quantum, or do you think they just group as 5 and try and force a fight?
I believe in this situation you do not need anyone top lane, because you
Yeah.
go in this situation because the top lane turret is out, the inhib turret is already fallen. You basically want to just kill the both outer turrets and both inhib turrets, and that's the goal. You don't even need one inhibitor, because if after the turrets are dead, you can basically get them easily, even without the Baron.
Yeah.
So you probably should go for a 1-4 or 1-3, and someone hovering just in the jungle. It's looking like they're going for a 1-4 with Garen in the mid lane, pushing the wave alone, and the rest of the team going bot lane. And now they're just rotating faster. Yeah. They rotate while EPT still uses 3 people to clear a wave when no one is buffing it and no one is there, which means they get the next turret and mid lane for free.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much EPT can do here, to be honest. I mean, they have no good line of defense against this comp, it feels like. They have the Poppy to neglect some of that, but other than that, it's quite grim on that side.
Zarya getting poked down a lot.
Yeah. Half HP already. Wukong getting poked down to half HP. Poppy getting killed here from Nautilus. It's not looking
Aura
good.
ult hits one person who just dashes out. Maybe you can get the Garen. Okay. Galio TP's back in bot lane, but Garen is under the turret.
What is Garen? Oh, he
Managed to
survived.
flash out before the Wukong ult knocked him up.
Yeah, he baited. It was a bait.
Yeah. It kinda was. 2 people dead on the side of EPT, Quantum Infinity still 5 people strong, taking probably all inhib right here. Even if they could just decide to go for the turrets. Aurora playing way too far up, gets Nautilus ulted into Nautilus hook and just change the seat after. Zaya gets rooted by a Nautilus attack. Didn't I didn't check where he was. Went too far forward. And it should be game over in the second game.
Yeah,
Still a few kills.
easy game 2
Does
here.
Wukong get the kill on the Nautilus? Nah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have ulti. Maybe he gets it. Okay,
Ooh.
almost got the last dash and the Q out, but
Yeah. It's a game 2 victory here for Quantum Infinity. Well played from them.
yeah. I mean, it was a strong early game from EPT. They managed
Yeah,
to get ahead. They managed to play to the strength of the comp in the early game, with
yeah,
the
for sure.
Mordekaiser having a big lead in top lane, with the mid lane, with the Aurora kind of smashing her mid lane matchup. Not smashing, but winning her mid lane matchup in the early game, which is probably to be expected.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
have a range advantage in the early game, you kinda need to win it. Or
yeah.
not need to, but you should win it.
Yeah,
But after
exactly.
that, they overstepped a few times, gave up, gave up kills.
I think yeah,
Even
exactly.
up, yeah,
It boils down to EPT misplacing themselves too often and overstepping
yeah,
when they shouldn't, and Quantum just capitalizes on those mistakes, and then they snowball the game, which we saw in both games. I mean, if you want to give some positive feedback here to EPT, it's that they have a strong early game. Definitely, they know how to move early game. They need to, from now on in future games, they need to look at how they play mid games and
yeah.
early fights.
They also need they really need to learn how to learn to respect that the enemy could be there, or like where
Yeah,
the enemy is and where you are.
exactly.
Basically, just
I can
even
see
if
the
you don't
comparison.
fully know it. Like there was
Yeah,
like they went top lane with 3 people. Poppy died, okay, and then somehow Mordekaiser was standing alone in a brush like a half a minute later, while 4 people of the enemy team were around him, or 5 people were around him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 2-0 for the side of Quantum Esports Infinity. Well played to them. Well played to EPT as well. They put up a good fight today. But with that, do you have any closing words, maybe?
Mm, do we have an MVP for the side of Quantum?
Uh, I would give personally, I would give the MVP to the AD carry of Quantum, Salil. I think he played 2 great games here actually. Uh,
Yeah,
so that's my vote at least for MVP. How about you?
I believe. Yeah, probably because the rest of his team were not really. I mean, they had some good engages and stuff, and all, like small situations, but none of them really stood out alone as I'm doing all of it. Like I'm the carry here,
Yeah,
so it was probably the ADC who followed up on his team members' engages and played to his strength.
yeah. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end it from here. Thank you to all the viewers. Make sure to follow the stream, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.